Come on, Ro. Come on, Sleepy Pants. Teddy's been up for a while. We gotta pour concrete today. Come on, Bum. We gotta pour concrete today. Yeah. You awake? Not quite. Tired, man. Your brother's been awake for a while. You ready to go? Ready to go? You ready to go? Come on. Come on. There you go. It was a little dark out this morning. Get in the truck, buddy. We gotta get in the truck. Come on. Come on. We gotta pour that concrete today, Ro. Let's go. Let's go, Rowan. Oh, good. Get in there. Get in the truck. We gotta warm it up a little bit. Got a big one to pour today, buddy. Hope you got your game face on. He does. Look at that game face. Morning, guys. We're at the job. This is what we got today. I just measured it up. I'm coming up with about 45 yards for this bad boy. There's the garage. Dan, the homeowner, right there. He's been keeping it wet for the last couple days. We poured this earlier this week. Today is Friday. And looking forward to getting this done. Heading up to Redfield for the weekend myself. That's what my plan is. So we are going to be a little bit short-handed compared to normal because Chris has a golf tournament today. So we do have a guy coming to help us, a guy that helps us once in a while, Nick. He's going to give us a hand today, and he's going to stay as long as he needs to help us finish this, because Chris usually does the power trowel, and I'll probably do some of the power trowel myself today. Seems how we don't have Chris, because he's got to pretty much leave once we get it in. He's got to be gone by like 9 or 9:15, so it's going to give us a couple hours to get this in, but we'll be all right. I promise you, we're going to get her done today, being a Friday, and we're going to have a good weekend. So stay with us. I'm just going to get my boots on here. I talked to Circle T. Their truck is loaded. The conveyor, we are going to use a conveyor today, guys. We'll probably pull it up in here and start over in this corner and work our way towards the garage. That's probably what we're going to do today. We got that insulation between there. I really like how we did this, because now this garage is isolated from the house, and it kind of made this a little more manageable for us. Not that we couldn't have done this all in one pour, because we could have, but there's a lot of pipes and stuff that we got to trowel around. So I think this will just be nicer to have this garage all done and not have to worry about it. And we got that heat isolation right there, and we drilled those dowels in there. Those dowels go back in about that far. I put them every 4 feet, as you can see, down through there, so that's going to be nice. And there is a piece of foam down inside the ICF too, right there on the end of our garage pour. We stuffed a piece in there, and that rested up against these webs so it couldn't move. So that's another isolation of the heat, and that's that. Gonna be nice. Gonna be a nice house for Dan. Stay with us. Say it, Dan.
Here comes the mud.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally. Come on, Sean, you're late. Supposed to be here at 7:15 and it's 7:30. Come on, Sean, we got concrete to pour. Oh, it ain't, it's RJ. Pull right in here, buddy. Straight in. RJ's driving conveyor now. RJ on a Friday. RJ on a Friday. What's up, buddy? Morning, man. Look at that beautiful Freightliner truck. RJ, can you swing it over to here from there?
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to start here. You could probably go a little further down. Don't go too far into there, but it's all pretty hard. Yeah. Maybe we should have backed him in. I don't know. Nah. be all right. That's pretty good right there. Circle T, baby. Taking care of us today. We got 45 yards of concrete going down, guys. We're gonna pour the wall and the floor at the same time. You've never seen this before. New conveyor driver right there. You guys are dropping like flies, man. Okay guys, we're gonna mix them up, get them set up. This is a conveyor truck, like I said. It's got a belt on it. That belt just spins. Got a tremmy boot on the end. We're just gonna work our way over there and kind of fill everything in. We'll probably get about this far with the first truck of concrete, somewhere in here. That's the rest. That's what we're gonna do. Stay tuned. Our day's stretching out the boom right now. He had to move ahead. That tree was in the way. But I should be able to swing it over and hit this corner. We're gonna start right here. I am gonna vibrate this wall as I go. Definitely gonna vibrate the wall. The wall's only it's like 18 inches. It's like 2 feet to the top. So right to the top is 24 inches from the bottom. We do have foam board in the bottom of that wall. If you watch the whole video, you'll probably see us put that in, or however I do this video. This video is gonna be multiple parts. This whole project. It's a big project. We've been here a couple weeks. Hey guys, Bondo here. So this is part 3, as you can see, of this series, doing this monolithic slab with the ICF blocks as our form. If you haven't watched the first 2 videos, go back and watch those first 2 videos. You'll see how we did this, how we spray foamed this block in place, and we had a nice gravel pad to work on. But a lot of comments on these videos of, you know, with no footer. Everybody's concerned about there not being a footer. Generally, this is just a slab. So this slab, when it dries, it really does have a footer. That beam along the whole edge is 2 feet deep, and it's 6 inches wide, and it ties right into the slab. There's rebar bent from that wall right into the slab, so the slab actually helps support the whole entire thing. So some people said that it never would pass inspection. We did have an inspection on this. The inspector looked at it. He really liked the whole thing. So at the end of this video, guys, I took a video of the house. I went back to the house, and they had framed the entire house, and the homeowner was still super happy with everything that we did. I'll show you in that video, but we walked around and we could not find one crack in this thing. And we've done these with footers before and poured the slab separate from the wall, and we usually get cracks when we do it that way. Alright guys, that's the first truck's in. We got Mike just pulled up with the second truck. He's gonna dump onto RJ's truck, and we're gonna try to square this thing up. Going good so far. It's taking a little longer than I was hoping, but it's all going good. Dan's doing good with the vibrating. Got that peg. So we're just gonna keep right on it ripping. So guys, like I was saying, we do a bunch of these houses like this that are built on a slab. And usually we do either a mono pour, where we pour the wall and the footer at the same time. Then we go through and we pour the floor after. And then sometimes we'll pour the footer first, then we'll form up the wall with the ICFs, and then we'll pour the wall, and then we'll pour the slab last. So here we did it all in one pour, and like I said, we have no cracks. So let me know what you think. We're gonna just shoot this truck number 3. It's just taking so long to get everybody set up. I think it was just getting that blob out. Go ahead, Mike.
Hot supper. Hot supper. Ooh, look at that.
So guys, this is Dan there with the concrete vibrator. This is his house. He wanted to help us this day, so I told him he could vibrate the wall section there, the little 2 feet area. It's not really a wall, but that integral bond beam footing that ties into the slab. That's what makes all this work, guys, is that 2 foot bond beam, we'll call it. It ties right into the slab, and there's rebar bent down into that wall that go into the slab about every 3 feet. So, and then there is 2 rebars in that wall. There's one down low, and then there's one up towards the top that go horizontal in that. So for this thing to fail, you would have to break that section right off of the slab, that 2 foot area with the rebar and everything. That would have to completely shear right off of the slab. So if you can envision, the slab and the wall share the load, and it spreads the load out, so you don't technically need a footing underneath that wall. And to clear things up, a lot of people have said something about that little strip of foam that we spray foamed and we kind of glued it in the bottom of the ICF. All that is there for is to let there be some insulation underneath the wall so that the ground doesn't suck the heat out of the slab. So when we initially put that in there, we did zap it with spray foam to hold it in place so we could flip the wall back over. And I probably should have showed this, but I didn't. But I took a shovel and flipped it upside down, and after we got the wall, because there was a little airspace under that piece of foam, well, I took a shovel handle and I just flipped the shovel upside down, and I pushed that foam down to the bottom of the gravel so that there was no airspace underneath it. Because like a bunch of people have said that first of all, they say that piece of foam is going to crush, but there's really little weight on that piece of foam if you think about the whole system, how it works. But anyways, we did push that down before they spray foamed. That way, it was down on the ground bearing any weight. There was no gap underneath there. So just to clear that up. And then when he sprayed, he wasn't really spraying much underneath there. He was just locking that block in place when he spray foamed. So that just held everything where it needed to be until we could backfill. And then we just poured this like a big slab with a strong edge where the wall sits, and worked really, really well, like I said. All right, guys, that's 20 yards. Going a little slow today, but we're getting it. Problem is, Chris has got to leave at like 9:15, so we're gonna lose him in a little bit, and that's gonna suck. We're a little less than half done because we're calling for 45 yards, and we got 20 in. But the third truck is right out in the road waiting. Mike's just had to clean up so he can get out of the way. It was just quicker to dump right out of Mike's truck than to try to jog that conveyor around again. There's a bunch of trees in the way up in here. Kind of just was tight to get him in. So we're gonna go back to the conveyor, and they're gonna dump onto RJ with this third truck. So this should go pretty nice. This third truck should dump out pretty fast. So we're not doing too bad. Only thing makes me nervous is that Chris is leaving. That's gonna slow us up, but we'll get her. We'll switch up to have Nick and Mike screeding once Chris leaves, if he leaves before we're done, which I think he's gonna. It's a nice cool morning, so we're doing okay. Stay with us.
Best part. Send it, RJ. Faster.
Should have stayed in school. Guys, just to clear up some more confusion, I'll keep talking while we're pouring this thing out. Is this entire slab is on a big footing? So that everybody's concerned there's no footing under that little wall. But I didn't really show a lot of the excavation work that went into this project, but I met with the excavator, and he has his own gravel business, and he dug all this organic stuff out of here down about probably 3 feet, took all the stumps, everything out, and got rid of all the organic soils, and he put cobble rocks and heavy gravel down deep, and that was all compacted. So essentially this whole thing is a big footing, because I don't know if you're aware of it, but footings can be made out of crushed rock. It's not very common, but you can make footings out of crushed rock. There's some companies that do it all the time. There's a company that we work with sometimes on basements, and it's called Superior Walls, and I'm not a big fan of how they do it, but they do set their walls on crushed rock, and that's just a wall. This thing is, the entire slab bears the weight, and it's all, like I said, there's the big heavy rock down deep. Then when we got up higher, we put good free draining soil in there, gravel that was all sifted down to 1.5 inches, and that was all compacted. So essentially, when you're talking about there's no footer, there's a huge footer underneath this thing. The entire thing is a footer. So, and there's a drain around the whole thing, so it won't freeze and water won't heave it. Also, guys, people have asked how we can do this kind of slab in our area. That we actually have a 4-foot frost line here in our area of. I live in central New York, and I'm 45 minutes north of Syracuse. So, how we can do this is that this is nothing but a shallow frost protected foundation. You can look that up on the internet. It's very common. What it is styrofoam board protects the slab from freezing, so you don't need to go down to your frost depth with the slab. So when we spray foam this, that was our frost protection on the outside. When he sprayed out 2 feet. That's and then you got your vertical foam of your ICF, and then your spray foam that actually gives you your frost protection. So, and the pipe to drain it, it'll never freeze.
Yeah, I think. Did you put everything cold turkey or just put wheat roll? Quit cold turkey. Started my business. Twice a month. I quit smoking weed for a year. I drank so fucking much that year. Oh shit. That's all I did. Blackout drunk every night. Most of my friends started smoking. They all drank, so I fit right in. All was like solid cheese. So they went and stuff. Tricked them. Got them. Beat the system.
So guys, like the thumbnail said, we did screw up a little bit on this job, and I'm going to explain that to you now. Basically, when I went to my Missouri hunting trip, which was about the 6th of November, I'd taken the video that's at the end of this video, and everything was great with his house. There's no cracks or anything. And then he sent me a message when I was out there that he had a problem, and the problem here was that the water line, we put a sleeve in for the water line, and Dan, the homeowner, he went to pick up what he was supposed to get. He was supposed to get 3-inch electrical conduit, and we were supposed to put a sleeve in because the water line needed to go all the way to the back of the house, kind of right where we're working right now, actually. In that area, basically, there needed to be that's where his water line needed to come in. So we had to go all the way from the front of the house all the way to the back of the house because the water comes from the road. So Dan came back and he had 4-inch sewer and drain line because it was way cheaper than the electrical conduit. And he had a couple plumbers that were coming in and out of here. One was the guy that did the plumbing on the inside of the house, and then there was a guy that was working on the exterior plumbing, basically getting from the house to the road. And we had this 4-inch sewer and drain line, and basically we all mocked it up, kind of, and I didn't realize they were supposed to put copper, 1-inch copper line from, that's what specs out, as they need 1-inch copper coming from the road to inside his house. Had no idea that. We didn't even talk about that. So I just kind of helped Dan put that 4-inch line in, and we screwed up. I'll be honest. I didn't know what was going on with that 1-inch copper. I thought it was just going to be a plastic line that had to be pulled through there. So when I get out west, he had to dig all the way basically underneath the house. I don't know, I haven't talked to him how many feet he had to get under there, but he had to dig underneath the slab. What a pain in the neck to get that water line in there. And basically because we put some 45s in, and that water line was not going to be able to be pulled through them 45s. So like I said, I just got back from my hunting trip. I'm just getting back and I haven't talked to him, but he sent me that picture. I'll show you that picture. I'll click it in here in the video so you can see what I mean. But he had to undermine, which I'm a little concerned because he had to dig underneath the slab, which is all our rocks and everything else. Basically had to dig a trench. It didn't look like he messed things up too bad, but what a pain for him. So long story short, that was the mess up that I'll take blame for that because I thought the plumbers had okayed what he was doing. I didn't really give it a lot of thought until he tried to do that water line at the end, and he had all that trouble. So I felt really bad. I was out hunting and he sent me that picture of how he said, yeah, I got it in there. It wasn't easy, but it looks like a complete pain what he had to do there to get it underneath there. But his water line's in. As far as I know, everything else is still good. I'm going to go visit him here shortly, but I want to get this part 3 done for you guys. Like I said, I've been gone about a month out hunting in Missouri, so I had a great vacation, and I don't do YouTube when I'm on vacation. I need to take a break because I do all this videos myself, so it's just me doing all this stuff. But anyways, this is how we did it, guys, and I wouldn't hesitate to do this again. I mean, with everything being said, like I said, we've done all the other ways to do this system where we put it on a wall, we put it on a monopoured wall and footer. We did one this summer where we poured, I already did the video, but we poured the footer 3 feet wide because there was some really bad soil there. So it was a lot of clay, and we ended up pouring the footer 3 feet wide, and we put 3 rebars in it, and we put the wall on that. So the site dictates how you want to do this, but with the soil that was on here, yeah, he did get some issues with DEC, like I said in the first video, where they didn't want them to build here because it's wetlands. Well, the wetlands are way over on the edge of it, and right where we built the house, there's no wetlands there. It's just along the perimeter. So, and there's a buffer zone he had to stay out of. But I had some people saying, you know, we poured this on top of wetlands and all that. Well, it's not on top of wetlands, I can assure you that. And this is better soil over here than like the one we poured a 3-foot wide footer. So we with all the gravel and cobble rocks and everything that are under here, like I said, this is nothing but a big, huge footer. And that perimeter pipe around there plays a big part of it too, because basically you want to keep the water out away from anything like when you build a slab like this. So that pipe goes out to a storm drain out by the road, and it drains this thing all the time. So there's a 4-inch pipe around the whole thing, and basically if you keep things dry, it won't freeze. And also, like I said, the frost protected shallow foundation is what this is. And part of a shallow frost protected foundation is a perimeter drain to get the water away so that things don't freeze. So I hope that clears everything up for you guys. Anybody that, you know, if you don't like the system, that's completely fine. You know, we don't have, another thing to note, we do not have termites or anything where we live at all. We have pretty hard winters, so I don't know if that's why, but we don't have any termites or nothing. I know some people are concerned about styrofoam with you know, bugs and stuff getting in there and termites and all that. We don't have that issue here in New York. So that's another thing I just wanted to mention. So if you do have termites and, you know, you think they're going to get into the foam, I wouldn't do it this way. You know, do it a different way. But this is the way we did it here, and it seemed to work really good. And I like all the comments, whether they're good or bad. So keep them coming on this third video. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay guys, we just finished up pouring it. It's about ready to start breaking with the power trowel. Nick's out there on his sliders just getting the leaves blown off of it, and there's leaves all over the place. Yeah, just get sliding around. Need a little more power than that.
Backpack blower.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. 11:30, guys. This is where we're at. Mike's just about got the whole thing broke. It's going really nice, actually. The sun is behind the clouds. Just a little sun out here on the front. This is where we ended, so that's going to help. I'm on the old sliders. Just buzzed down this edge. And that's that. It's going good. Mike's going to finish that last little bit. All be broke. Go over here. Looking good, guys. Looking good. It's 12:27, guys. This is what she's looking like. This side over here, where we ended, is more in the sun. As you can see, the sun line. This is all shade from the trees, so that's taking a lot longer to dry over here in the shade. Just about ready to get another machine out there on the sun area. Almost ready for 2 machines here in a minute, aren't we? That sun's starting to, that's going to definitely dry quicker over there. Looks like this is still nice and creamy over here.
It got a lot drier. I'm glad I got it steady.
Yeah. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Nick's gonna hit around them pipes on the knee boards. pretty good shape though. I'm gonna be in Redfield early today, guys, but we do have to saw cut this today because I don't want to do it tomorrow. I'm gonna be long gone tomorrow. It's supposed to rain tonight, so we'll get it cut before we leave, hopefully, with the soft cut saw. That's the game plan. I gotta get back to work though. Gotta get back to work here in a minute. Yeah, the old shade spot's gonna get us. Almost 2 o'clock, guys. Mike's got the 48 out there. I was running the 36. Boys are hitting the edges. Fighting leaves again. Good old fall when the leaves are dropping. And we gotta cut it and we gotta clean up. Still gonna be not a super early day today. Well, not too bad. We'll get out on a Friday decent. Shining her out. We just took the 36 off. Mike's finishing her up with the 48. We've been blowing it off with the old Milwaukee biscuit style. This is all done over here. Just about done right to here. And all that. You can see where Mike's got that front edge shined out. This back's been in the shade all day. That's what's going on today, guys. We're probably gonna hit it with sealer here in a sec. Probably hit this section that's burned in with sealer. That way that can dry. And then we're gonna snap some lines and get the soft cut saw out and slice her up and dice her so that we don't have to worry about it cracking over the weekend. That's the way we do it. 2:45, guys. 2:45. She's done. I'm just laying on the old sealer. Give it a nice curing seal here. This stuff is a water base. It'll slow down the drying process. The boys are picking up the trowel.
Hold up right there.
Getting the big 46 out here. I'll work my way back over here. That's how we do it, guys. Pretty happy with this floor. I know the homeowner's real happy. No way to do it. We saved him some money for sure. Still costs money to do this stuff. This is a big house. But we did save money the way we did this job versus the way we do it before. We're always trying to develop new ideas. Always trying to make new ideas for you guys and for us and our customers. Feel free to copy this design. I think it's pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed all this video of this series here, doing this job. We're gonna cut it here in a little bit. As soon as this sealer dries, we're gonna cut it. We've already marked it out. I'm just gonna cut it at like a 10-foot pattern. Bust it up into 10-foot pieces. It's all gonna get laminate flooring on it, so gonna see any of it, but we don't want it to have a bunch of cracks in it. What did I leave off, Mike? Somewhere over here. I think over there, huh? I'll get that far. Yeah. Wrapping her up. Let her dry. We'll get the soft cut out. Get her cut. Now I'm heading to Redfield. She's drying quick today. That concrete's warm. Concrete's warm. We got the homeowner's little tractor, so we don't have to lift that big heavy machine. All right, I gotta snap my lines here, guys, and get it cut. All right, guys, just finished cutting it. It is 3:30. Another word for 3:30 is beer 30. Yes. Gonna have a couple cold ones tonight now that this is done. We cut it about 10-foot squares there. And Dan, the homeowner's got a hose all set up right here. He's gonna be slithering on in here and wetting it down and wetting the garage again. Keep it wet all weekend. That's his assignment. He's got his chair set up right there to watch it, babysit it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Maybe I can get a picture of it after he hoses it off. You can see how good it looks. Hey guys, Bondo here. I am over to Dan's house, and I wanted to show you something. This is his house. He's still super happy with everything we did over here, obviously, because he's got a beautiful house here. And I wanted to kind of show you some things, and just so you can see. There was some questions on how we did this and whether it would hold up and all that, but we can't even find one crack in his concrete. So he's been looking, I've been looking. Everything's just looks really good. Just some scuffs on this, but I'll take you around. Then I'll take you on the inside. It's really nice. I don't think people understood how we did this in the first video, and that's kind of fine. It generates good conversation, but this is a mono slab. We just used that ICF block to essentially build a mono slab out of it, but that'll be in part 2, which is probably what you're watching right now. So I'm going to add this little clip at the end of that video. Well, that's Dan's house. He's super happy. This is the back of his garage. I mean, we really looked this floor over. I don't see any cracks. Right, Dan? No cracks. Can't find any cracks. Still got to peel the tape on his drain, though. But we got it nicely cut here. And I'll take you through here. Beautiful. Beautiful job they did. Love it. Love it. This is utility room here. I'm probably panning the camera around too fast, Dan. Dan said I gotta slow down my movements, which I agree. It's gonna have all nicely heated floors in here. This is that sunroom. And this part was on a different kind of pour because there's no heat in it. Damn, they gouged the floor on the sunroom though. Woo! Somebody did. Ooh, yikes. It's not a crack, that's a gouge. That's all right, I think he's gonna put something over it. That is, just wanted to show you how nice this came out, and like I said, there's no cracking anywhere. We really walked it down good. There's just nothing, not even any hairline cracks. So I'm quite pleased with this system that I developed and how it worked. Tons of rebar in here tying that wall into the slab, as you've probably seen in the video. So super good way to do it. One note that I want to say is that we did do a ton of gravel work underneath here, and it was good gravel and it was compacted. So I think that plays a good part in how this project came out and the lack of anything moving and cracking. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, I'm out to Dan's again. It is December 6th, and he got his water line in there. I just talked to him, and he only had to go underneath there a couple feet. He had to get underneath that right in here a couple feet to get that through there. We talked a little bit about it. Lesson learned right there. The city required him to put copper line in instead of plastic. He figures he could have got plastic in there, but the old codes in the city required copper, so that was a lesson learned. But back at here, we're in freezing conditions. It's like 15, 20 degrees right now, and you know, I asked him again, is there any cracks in here? But we couldn't find any cracks. I'll show you real quick places where it would normally want to crack. Basically, we got all our saw cuts in here. We're in the garage here. A lot of times you'll get cracks coming off of these corners, but obviously we saw cut it, nothing cracked. But there's just nothing in here. We saw cut there. No cracks anywhere there. We did cut across this, which a lot of times these want to break right there when you bump out. This is a bump out here to create this architectural detail here for this little roof system, which is, I really like that. A lot of times they'll crack there. That didn't even crack because we saw cut it, so it probably did crack in the saw cut. But Dan was just showing me, I'll give you a quick peek. This is his, this is that sunroom that we did. No cracks anywhere on that. That's just a monolithic slab. He's got a nice bonus room up here. Above his garage, he's got all this space right here. And then he actually put this space in here too, which these were just regular trusses. He just built that in. So he's got that for storage. But back to the concrete. Good stuff here. I was telling you in the video, we have had quite a few cracks when we do it with the footer, the wall, and then we poured a slab. We end up with some cracks. There's that water line right there, guys. That copper. So he had to go all the way from here with that copper, but he got it in. Still looking for cracks here. Nothing. I mean, right where that wall sits is where that 2 foot goes 2 feet down, solid concrete. And we got rebar bent down in there. Here, like every 3 feet, we got a rebar. And there's 2 rebars in that haunched out area as well. So it's cold in here, Dan.
It's only cold if you're not moving.
I know, I'm not moving enough here.
Keep moving, Ron.
I'm trying. I just got back from my hunting trip, guys. I'm just checking in on Dan here, seeing how he's doing. But looking good. Nothing's moving. People are worried about this thing. People are worried, Dan. Your house is gonna cave in.
I don't like working on the wall.
Hey, you better get some insulation, and you're gonna spray foam this, right?
Yeah.
The walls, all the walls.
Yeah.
How thick a spray foam you putting in there?
3.5.
3.5 in the walls. Beautiful.
Should be an R25, 26, something like that.
Nice. That ought to be good. So we cut this in a 10-foot grid, guys, and it's you know, that definitely helps for cracking. But nothing going on here. Nothing's caving in. Your house is still here. I'll have to do a follow-up video in like 2 years and show people that, hey, your house didn't cave in, you know, it's still all good. You got your laser on over here. You know you got a laser on over there?
Yeah. So I find my way home.
Is it? All right, that's it, guys. That's the end of this video. That's the end of this whole series. But let me know what you think. Likes, dislikes, whatever. But I like it. I think it came out really good. Except the water line. We screwed up on the water line. I will take some blame on that. I wasn't thinking. I wish we would have went and used the electrical conduit and just didn't have those 40 or 20. They were 22-degree angles. So thanks for watching. Leave me a comment. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you're not. Tell me if you like this kind of stuff.